What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, I totally get where Jax is coming from. Like, that was such an intense scene between him and Jason. I get where he's coming from. I totally sympathize with Jax. I get where he's coming from. I respect his opinion. Like, anybody with some sense would be worried about their daughter, especially their only daughter. And I think Jax has always been worried about Jocelyn's safety, of course, but I think his fear and his anger heightened when he found out Joey Novak, a rival gangster, approached his daughter. You know what I mean? It kicked his fear into high gear. It really did, and it spooked him. So of course he wants to know what Jason plans to do about this. And Jax wasn't happy about Jason's answers because, I mean, what the hell did Jax expect? Jason's not about to tell you what he plans to do because it could be criminal. You know what I'm saying? He's not about to incriminate himself or you because if he tells you what he plans on doing and he does it and you know he does it, that makes you an accessory. So, of course, he's not going to give you details about his plans. All he could tell you is that, he got a guard on Jocelyn and he's going to take care of the situation. But of course, that answer did not satisfy Jax at all. And he wasn't happy about it. And, Jax, of course, made it known that he's not happy that his daughter is living in Sonny's house. And I agree with Jason. What's the issue about her living in Sonny's house when she's been living in his house all this time? And I agree. Jocelyn has been living in Sonny's house now for 6 years. 6 years she's been living at Sonny's house. What's the issue now? If Jax really felt a way about it, why didn't you go to the courts legally when Jocelyn was still a minor? And why didn't you file some custody papers or something like that to get her to come live with you or something? I mean, granted, he wasn't living in Port Charles full time at that time, but still, if you were really concerned, you could have did something back then. You know what I'm saying? Instead of bitching about it now. Furthermore, Jocelyn is an adult now. And she's not going to be living in Sonny's house for too much longer. She's getting ready to go to college. She's living in a dorm. So that's not an issue anymore of her living there. And Jax sitting there talking about, oh, I'm done co-parenting with the mob. Oh, Jax. Lord have mercy. So he ends up running his ass to the PCPD. Why? I don't know. Like, what was the whole point of him going to Dante? Like, what do you think the PCPD can do for you? Joey Novak did not commit a crime by approaching your daughter and having a conversation. That's not a crime. And Dante told him that. He was like, I can't do anything for you. Because Jax wants to sit there snitching. Oh, Carly and Jason took over Sonny's business and Joey Novak approached my daughter. I'm like, Jax. Running to the PCPD, what good did that just do you? And Dante told him. He was like, bro, my hands are tied. I can't help you. And of course, Jax did not like that. He didn't like that answer either. So Jax was like, well, you know what? My hands are not tied, so I'm going to handle this myself. I'm like, Jax, please don't do nothing stupid. Jax, don't you dare do nothing stupid. I feel like if Jax makes a move, I think things are going to get worse. Jax really needs to go sit his ass down and calm down. You know what I mean? Like, relax yourself. And even Dante had that look on his face like, what the hell are you up to? Like, Dante was worried too. Like, what are you about to do? Because I feel like Jax is about to do something that can either heighten the drama or get himself hurt. Like, you are dealing with some dangerous folks. Like, you need to calm your ass down. I mean, at the end of the day, the mafia is so delicate. Any move you make, you have to do it with a lot of caution and a lot of thought behind it. I know I said a million times Jason need to take Joey out. And he does. He needs to take Joey out. But the thing is, that's easier said than done. Because Joey is overconfident. He's cocky. So that means he has an ally. And they know that. So if the five families are backing Joey, killing Joey is not going to be that simple. Because if Jason kills Joey, it's going to be a war. It's going to be an all-out fucking war. And the Corinthos organization cannot afford a war right now. It's going to be bad. So Jason has to handle this delicately, and that's why he's having the meeting with the five families to figure things out and to go from there. You know what I mean? To try to cease fire, basically. He's going to try to keep the peace as much as he can. But it's very delicate. Because if Jason just goes all half-cocked and make a move on Joey and he kills Joey or hurt Joey or whatever, it's going to be a war. It's going to be retaliation. You know what I mean? It's very delicate. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, it was nice seeing, Jason be all concerned about Britt and whatnot. He was worried about her, asking her if anybody approached her because of their history or whatever. She was like, no. Um, Jason still wants to be there for her, but Britt, even though she sung his praises with Jax, she still don't want Jason around right now. She was like, yeah, you need to go, take care, whatever. And I get it, she's still hurt by what he did. And I think that's because she doesn't understand fully why he did what he did. I think if she got the full story, I think she wouldn't be so hard on him. She might still be a little frustrated about it, but I think she would understand it. You know what I mean? But I understand why Jason didn't want to tell her the full story, but it's like you need to tell her something better than what you told her last time. And Carly running her mouth towards her didn't help. Like, it didn't help in the least. So anyway, moving on from that, speaking of Carly, Laura Wright was looking delicious as usual. Laura Wright is gorgeous. Like, for 50 years old going on 51, she looks so fucking good. Like, that is just beautiful. So Carly got a visit from Ghost Sonny. And, Ghost Sonny was basically telling her that, he know that she marrying Jason and whatnot. And Carly basically laid it all out on the line. Like, she feels like she's afraid that her marrying Jason means that she officially has to let Sonny go. She's worried about what it's going to do to her and Jason's friendship. I mean, I don't really think their friendship is going to really change once they're married. I don't think it should, if they keep things the way that they are intended. If Carly keeps things business, not personal, but business, I think once this is all said and done, they can still go back to being how they were as friends. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to do anything that's going to mess that up. Play it off in public with the little kiss and holding hands or whatever, doing what you got to do. But in private, be who y'all always been towards each other. Even in public too sometimes. Like, be who you always been. Friends. If you continue to do what y'all were doing, then it shouldn't mess up the friendship. And in my opinion, I understand where Carly coming from. She feels like if she marries Jason, that means she has to let go of Sonny and stuff. I don't think so. Moving on is not the same as letting go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is not letting go. She could never get rid of Sonny. Even if he really died, she would never be rid of Sonny. Like, he will always be in her heart, always on her mind. So it's like he's never left. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always going to think about him. So I think she's just beating herself up a little bit too much. It's like, calm down. And besides, you're marrying Jason for business, not for love. She needs to keep that part in mind too. Like, don't get it misconstrued. Just keep that part in mind and you'll be A-okay. So moving on from that, I felt bad for Phyllis. I cannot believe they killed Lenny off. I mean, I was like, damn, I had a feeling in the back of my mind that's where they were going. But I didn't know it was going to be right now. I was so sad for her. Because one minute she was talking to him and they were, laughing and watching the sunset and stuff. And then the next minute she went in to go get them some drinks and Sonny went out there to go talk to Lenny. He was, looking like he was asleep. And so Sonny decided to check his pulse and he died. And when Sonny went back into the bar and Phyllis looked at him and she dropped that thing. She looked at Sonny's face and she saw it on his face and she knew Lenny died. Just by looking at Sonny. She could tell. And the way she broke down in tears after she held Lenny's hand, that was an emotional ass moment. I felt super bad. I couldn't imagine going through something like that. Losing somebody that you always thought would always be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we all think that. We be like, whether it be your parents, siblings, spouses, you always think that they're always going to be here. Like, you're always going to be here. But it's that whole one here, you're here one minute, you're gone the next. And that's how it was for Phyllis and Lenny. Like, she was just talking to him. And he passed. That's how fast it happened. But, at least she knew that, it was quick and it was peaceful. He didn't have to suffer. You know what I mean? And that's sad, man. That's real sad. And they were just talking about going on a trip. And now they're not going to be able to take that trip together. It reminds me of Jess Walton, from The Young and the Restless, who played Jill Abbott. She recently took to social media and revealed that her husband, who was diagnosed with liver cancer 3 months ago, just passed away this week. And I felt so bad for her because I couldn't imagine that. You know, being married to somebody for 40 years and they just got diagnosed not too long ago and now they're gone. You know what I mean? So she is definitely in my prayers. That's a sad ass thing, man. It's sad to lose somebody like that. Um, Hopefully, I really do hope that they keep the Phyllis character around for a while after this storyline with Nixon Falls wraps up. I really hope that they keep her around. I liked her and Lenny. I really did. I felt like they could be some good recurring characters. You know, if they came to Port Charles and stuff, I thought that'd be pretty cool. Um, and it's crazy because when Sonny was talking about, you know, losing a spouse or something like that, and the way Nina looked at him when he said that, I said, Nina, because you know your ass is foul and you know what you're doing. Like, you keeping him from his spouse and his family. Um, you know, because Sonny was talking about making long-term plans with Nina. I said, yeah, I wouldn't go that far now. I wouldn't be thinking about making long-term plans right now, not with her. I wonder when Sonny gets his memories back, though, I wonder if he's going to be conflicted about Nina. Like, is he going to be totally angry with her, or is his feelings going to be conflicted? I really want to know. Like, I think that's going to be interesting. Very interesting. Um, and I want to say this because I seen something that Laura Wright tweeted earlier, and I want to mention that. I think it's fucked up because she tweeted that she was taking a break from Twitter because of all the negativity that she received from people. And I felt bad for her because it's like, it's a TV show, you know, and I hate when people come at actors like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're always angry with the actor. They're just doing their job. You know what I mean? And it sucks that she feels the need that she can't be on social media and be happy and tweet and do what she do because people want to be rude, you know, over a storyline that she has no power over. You know what I mean? She has no control over it. She's just coming to work doing what she got to do. So why actor bash? Why do all of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're real people. They're humans. They're just playing a character. If you want to talk shit about the character, and you know, that's fine. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to give your opinions about the character, but stop coming at the actors. It's like, stop doing that shit. It's so annoying. Like, I felt bad for her. So anyway, moving on from that, I I'm still conflicted about Dante and Sam because I feel like there's chemistry between Dante and Sam, but there's just too much like history in between them. It's like y'all share siblings. Sam done messed around with his uncle. She done had sex with his uncle. She had sex with his daddy. Had a baby by his daddy. That's just too much. It's like I don't know about that. I mean, I like their chemistry and whatnot, but it's like like I mean, I heard of keeping it in the family, but damn, like that's just too much family. Um, but you know, I'm happy for Dante if he happy. I mean, if him and Sam end up getting together, and it is what it is to me. I mean, you know, what can I do about it? You know what I mean? It's like I like the chemistry though, and I like that, you know, they can bond over their kids. You know, because they both got boys, and um you know, that's another thing for them to bond over, and the fact that, you know, they like to drink beer. So they're definitely going to go, you know, get a beer and talk. I like it, you know. I'm still a little conflicted, but I think I can get behind them. I might be able to. I might. Give it a little bit of time. I got to see what they do in the future. I might. I know some people are saying, like, what about when Drew comes back? How is that going to interfere with Dante and Sam? I don't think it's going to interfere with them at all, honestly, because she was never really, she wasn't, I don't think she was really in love with Drew. You know what I mean? I don't think she was, you know, especially when Jason came back. She dropped Drew like a hot potato. So I don't know how she gonna feel about them potentially getting back together. I gotta see what her chemistry is like with Cameron Matheson, though. I gotta see what it's like first. But by the way, Kelly Monaco is looking gorgeous. Like, she look all refreshed. She look good. She always looked good, but she was looking good today, like really, really good. So anyway, moving on from that. So they basically got confirmation from the medical examiner that Naomi definitely was murdered. Somebody injected some type of powerful drug in the back of her neck, so she was murdered. Um, and now Jordan wanted to talk to Sean about that because shit is getting real. And she was telling Sean like maybe he should back off of this case because you just got out of prison. You were in the middle of a murder investigation now because if it was any other cop other than Dante who showed up at the motel room, you could have been arrested as a suspect. I agree with her on that. That is true. But my thing is for Sean to kind of back away from this is TJ's safety. Because somebody's going to great lengths to keep Hayden away and to keep people's mouths shut about what really went down. So who's to say that they won't come after TJ? And the same thing for Sam. Who's to say they won't come after her or her kids? This case is getting, crazier by the minute. And there's some high stakes here. So I'm glad Sean said that he would at least think about backing away. He didn't say he would. He said, I'll think about it. I think that's good enough. That's good enough. But I think he should, think about it. I understand his need for wanting to know the truth, like to clear himself. I get it. So do I think he's going to back off? Probably not. But at least he's thinking about it because the stakes are definitely getting high now. People dying and shit. Hey, yeah, you might want to think about it, bro. So Spencer definitely went all out for this party that he's throwing. Like he got the DJ, photo booths. He got everything. And I love that he got everybody out, all his friends, all the kids. He's throwing the party outside of the house. I think that's smart. Because I would have did the same thing. Like, first of all, I'm not about to have a bunch of strangers. Well, not strangers to him, but still. I'm not about to have a bunch of people in my house tearing up and stealing my good shit. I'm not I'm not about to have that go down. Like, you ain't about to tear up my stuff. I watch House Party. I know. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't about to sit here and break my toilet and, tear up my good, fine art. You ain't about to fuck my stuff up. So, he gave Jocelyn and, Trina and all them bracelets and stuff, VIP bracelets. They're the only ones who can come in the house and stuff like that. I said, that's smart. That was smart. I said, okay. I like that Jocelyn kind of forewarned Trina, like, about Spencer because he might be nice on the outside, but on the inside, he's troubled. He's a bit too much, a little over the top. So she kind of warned her about that. But she knows that Spencer likes Trina. And I like that, at least she looking out because Jocelyn was like, I did promise I wasn't going to get involved, but I just need to warn you. So I'm glad that they had that conversation. And of course, Cameron had a little conversation with Spencer too because he told Spencer, like, you don't have to be flashy. Like, you don't have to do too much. Like, if you just stop doing too much, you'll see that people like you. You know what I'm saying? But he's a bit over the top and super bougie. And that's, what Jocelyn was telling, again, that's what Jocelyn was telling Trina. Like, he grew up super rich and he knows no limits. So he can be a little over the top sometimes. And sometimes that can kind of turn people off from you when you're a little over the top, like a little bit team too much. You know what I mean? So I totally get where they were coming from. Like, Spencer needs to kind of tone it down. Like, if he stops the whole snotty attitude and calling people townies and all that and try to get down to earth like everybody else, you'll have more friends. People will actually be happy to see you and not throw your ass in the pool as soon as you pop up. Like, I'm just saying, like, tone it down. So some mysterious person was outside watching them or whatever, watching the party or whatever. I was like, I wonder if that's Nicholas or maybe whoever killed Naomi. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder, like, what's going on. But this party look like it's about to be a whole bunch of shenanigans going on. I'm here for it. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. I will see you all Monday. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday 13th. Don't walk under no ladders. If you see a black cat, you better run. So I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.